Shalom, sweet people. I am Maker Strong. My Maker makes me strong. And I came to you guys today with a video I'm going to call Choice Point. And it's coming out of a dream that I had. I don't remember the dream, but I remember the message of the dream. And I've already I've already made this video twice, but both of them were kind of like too long. And I do realize that when we do certain things, if it's not for the highest and best, something will be off and we can't put it out there. You know what I mean? So I hope this one will go because I think I've kind of streamlined what I want to say. So let's talk about different spirits. I'll just take it from that angle. You got monitoring spirits. Monitoring spirits are the types of people in your life who will stay attached to you because they are monitoring how you move, how you grow or not grow or whatever. They're negative. They're negative spirits because they prey against you. Now, the one thing that I can say about monitoring spirits is they don't really have that much of an effect on your outcome because even if they're praying against you, it's like if the laser gun was shooting, right? Beer, 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 right? But you're so high above where the lasers are going because they're low frequency. You're not down there where that laser would hit you and hurt you. But they are still a negative drain on you. They're still attached to you. There's still a negative drain on you. And so monitoring spirits really love to hear what's going on in your life. They always want to know so that they can pray your downfall. Again, if you're not vibrating low, it's not going to matter. But I would say check out your friends, check out your family members, and make a determination as to how the conversation is going when you talk to them. Monitoring spirits are usually very interested in what you are doing. Okay? They're always going to be asking you a bunch of questions, and they're not going to be giving you too much of their own information. It's going to be very one-sided where you feel like maybe you're on a job interview or something. And it might feel like, oh, they're just interested in what's going on. But it's going to be very unbalanced. The key to all that I'm going to say to you guys is balance, but I'll get to there in just a few minutes. But you'll see that it's like this person is always like telling you one thing. Like they might say, oh, I went to work today, right? They tell you that. Did you go to work? And then you go, yeah, I went to work. And then they'll say, like, where do you work now? When did you start working there? Do you like it? Do they pay good? And it's like you get a barrage of questions because they want to know all the tea. And they want to make you feel like, oh, I'm just so interested in you. And they might if you ever push back and go, well, why are you asking me all this? Are you looking for another job or something? And then they might say, oh, I'm just interested. So check out your friends and family. If they're just interested, there's a lot to be said about that. Now, if it's more balanced, it's just a conversation. Okay, it's just a conversation. They're giving, you're giving. Okay, you're just communicating. But how you know the monitoring spirit like I said, is that they're very, very interested without giving you what you're giving them. Very unbalanced exchange. All right, so the next kind of spirit is the vampire or the leech spirit. Vampire and leech spirits are the people in your life that they really have either depression. I'm going to say they're depressed or something. No matter what they have, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's not about what their earthly goods, their resources here. It's not about that. It's the mental space of they're depressed about their life or something, right? And you have a lot of good vibes, right? You have a lot of high energy. You have a lot, you happy, you smile, you see the bright side of stuff, right? And then they want to get with you. They want to get around you so they can feed off of that good vibration, that good energy. But how you know it's a vampire spirit is because when you leave the conversation with them, you feel very drained. You feel like you just gave a blood transfusion because it's like they're so negative. Everything they say is so negative, and you're so positive that all you're doing is giving them positive affirmation after affirmation, trying to get them to see the bright side or trying to get them to see that, oh, well, but this is good or whatever. But you might become successful, right, in getting them to see the bright side and talking them off the ledge. They weren't going to jump anyway, okay, but they were on the ledge. And so yeah, you end up feeling so drained after you talk to them, and you're like, oh my god, now I have to go back and take a bath or drown or ground or do something that will get my energy back to where I'm seeing the bright side of things. They will do a similar thing where they will drag on your energy and they will try to bring you low because you're vibrating so high that they would try to make you see the negative side of things. So even when you tell them the positive thing, like you might say, "Oh, I got a new job." Okay, and you're so happy about it. You were waiting on that job. You were, let's say you were really, really uh anticipating that offer letter. And then you got the offer letter and you were so excited. And then you tell this person, "Oh, they finally called me." And then that person's on the other side of the phone looking the company up. And then they say, "Oh, they had a negative review on Yelp." And oh, these people are saying that they did this and they did that, and their CEO was indicted for money laundering, or and it's like, oh, they're telling you that they're doing that to help you, but they don't even know that it's another CEO. It's like the company, even though the CEO that was there got indicted, the company is still going on. They've got a new CEO, but they're telling you all this negative stuff because they're just vampires. They're nasty. Ew. Anyway, all right. So the next spirit I want to talk to you about is the spirit of lack. And once again, it's not about what people have, because people can have lots of stuff, okay? And that doesn't mean anything, because no matter what you have, if you have a spirit of lack, it's never going to be good enough. And what the spirit of lack is when you have conversations with friends, family, and it just seems like you can never have a conversation with them where they are doing good. They're never doing well. It's almost like the vampire spirit, except the vampire spirit is really trying to suction your energy for themselves. They want your positive energy to like a battery almost, right? The lack spirit is like the lack spirit wants all of y'all, everybody in the conversation to feel lack. So they might give you, not like monitoring where it's all about you. No, they might tell you all the lack that they have. And when you start speaking about different things, they will try to point out the lack that you have. Or that spirit will whisper to you, yeah, the only way you're going to get away with having a conversation with this person is if you're also in lack. Because this person is doing so bad that if you start talking about all the good things happening in your life, it's going to look like you're boasting or gloating. And you don't want to look like you're boasting or gloating. So you start to focus on the lack. So let's go back to that. I got a new job. Then you instead of saying, "Oh, I was waiting for them to call me back. I'm so glad that I can work this summer." Let's say, okay? And then it's like, "Oh, but they don't really pay that well. They could pay more. Yeah, I see that they only pay blah blah blah." And that's you talking. I'm not talking about the other person, because the other person is talking about how bad their life is. And misery loves company. So you can't really share your good news, because the only way to not look like you're gloating is to wallow in the mud with the pigs. So that's three different spirits monitoring the vampire or leech spirit and the spirit of lack. And the reason that I wanted to talk to you guys about that is because we're at a choice point right now. June 2024 is a pivotal moment in history. You guys are going to find out. If you don't believe me, June will come and go, and you're going to really see that the choice that you make this month about which of those, if you're going to deal with that kind of nonsense, you're going to be stuck. Now, of course, you can always cut things off, but this is the best month in the time that we're in right now. This is the best month for you to be able to do a clean break of that stuff without it being too bad, like without it being like a chore to break free from it. Okay? So I'm telling you guys this. This is my gift to you. To I'm giving you some insight into what's going on in my life, because I'm breaking myself clean of that kind of energy. And I've seen it on family, I've seen it on friends, and I'm only going to entertain the stuff that gives me happiness inside. I'm only going to talk about in conversations things that make me feel good about my life, because clearly my life is a good life. Clearly. And if I have to dumb myself down or dull my life to make somebody feel better, they're not gonna feel better. Period. Okay? So most of the people that are in my life don't even watch my videos. So I mean maybe they'll watch my video when they see that I've called my energy back to myself. They're probably gonna go like looking for cues or clues as to what happened. And if they stumble on this video, great. If not, great. I don't care either way, but I'm telling you, I'm doing what I'm going to do. And that is, I'm calling my energy back. And that's what you guys can do too. It's very simple. Just call your energy back. That's easy. It's not hard. You don't have to do a dance in the rain or anything like that. Just say, I'm calling my energy back. I call my energy back from any monitoring spirits, any vampire spirits, and any spirits of scarcity and lack. I call my energy back to myself to give myself abundance, to give myself clarity of mind and shalom, and to give myself the happiness that I deserve, because I do deserve happiness. And anybody else, there was another spirit I was going to tell y'all about, but I don't want this video to be too long. Maybe I'll make a part 2. I don't know. Depends. Maybe I will. But just think about those 3 for now and do what you need to do, babies. June is your time. If you wait until July and August and all that, you might start back into a cycle again of dealing with the same nonsense. And I just wouldn't want that for you. You know, do it now. Make it clean. All right. Shalom.